Guys, we're at the most haunted city in all of Nevada.
Yeah, I think that is actually true.
Is it true?
I don't know. There's a few.
There's some quirky things going on up here.
There are.
What are we talking about, Ryan?
Today we are talking Virginia City.
Virginia City, 25 minutes from Carson, 25 minutes from Reno.
Sweet little spot for a day trip. You've got the old-timey feel. You've got the Bucket of Blood saloon up here.
Bucket of blood.
The Bucket of Blood. You've got so much history. You've got the old suicide table. There was a little gambling going on back in the day, and things didn't turn out so well. But
yeah, Virginia City, it's night and day compared to Tahoe. A completely different experience.
But just another fun thing for you to do
Exactly.
in Northern Nevada.
And it's super close. Virginia City, stay tuned. Welcome to the channel.
Or welcome back to the channel.
Guys, I'm Joe Hanich.
I am Ryan Chikvara.
We're doing all things Northern Nevada.
What it's like to eat, sleep, play, hike,
Live,
drink.
buy Laffy Taffy, whatever it is, you name it, we're covering it. So if this is the first time to the channel,
Like it, ding it.
hit the bell, tap that subscribe button. It would help us tremendously. As much as we love putting out this content, Ryan and I are licensed real estate agents in the state of Nevada. So we would love to help you more with those real estate needs.
Absolutely.
You got to call us, text us, email us.
Whatever it may be. We're the ones that are answering the phones.
Yeah.
So
Get a hold of us. This one's a fun one today. The backdrop behind us, we are in Virginia City.
Virginia.
It feels like Virginia. We're in Virginia City, Nevada. Just 25 miles.
25 minutes from South Reno, 25 minutes from Carson. We've been doing a lot of
Real estate videos.
and
and now
neighborhoods and all sort of different stuff. And so we kind of want to do a little lifestyle one. Joe and I had a little, weekday getaway. So we are up here on a Monday and surprisingly still super busy out there.
It's happening. What is Virginia City?
Virginia City, it's an old mining town, right? So like as far as establishments in Nevada go, this one dates all the way back to 1864. They found basically the largest deposit of silver in the whole world.
Yeah, definitely the West Coast.
Yeah, and so they had 25,000 people that were living here.
Back in the day, the city was
hustling,
booming.
bustling, right? And so now it's sort of kind of what you would describe as like an old West ghost town, right? But still so much to do up here, a lot of good stuff. We've got some great B-roll for you. You're just gonna see it's just shops lined the way. And so Monday afternoon, you got people up here doing little tours and all sorts of stuff. You can go check out old mines. Like there's tons to do up here.
Yeah, there is, and it really is a step back in time that was built in the 1800s. The sidewalks, right, are all wood planks. And so you might be able to hear the B-roll or at least see it. It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, and they've leveled some stuff out because it got so bad in some spots. But just now, Joe and I are walking down there, and the guy in front of us had somebody on a wheelchair, and I'm like, just watching him like, whoop, and he was hitting the dips. But super cool. It just feels like you're going back in an old day. So as far as proximity to Reno and Carson, and just we want to bring you some things that you can do, right? I know growing up, this was one of my go-tos. Every time my cousins from Chicago came in, we're always coming up here, hitting the candy shop, going and getting the old-timey photos taken.
Yeah. And it's just good family fun. Ryan and I just got up here. We had the B-roll, but then we hit the candy shop again.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really thinking I was going to buy that much candy, but we left there with
Joe almost had the half pounder.
Yeah. Almost filled up the bucket. But which is great. And again, shooting old pictures, right?
Yeah.
There's a little shop here where you can dress up in the era of the clothes, shoot it with the family, with friends, whatever it may be.
And I think almost every time I've come up here, it's a great spot to come to. I probably come here, I'd say every 2 to 3 years, right? And then depending, but almost every time I'm up here, we're getting the new updated one. So, I'm sure Joe and Haley got one from the past, but you best believe when Miles is up here, he's getting in his little cowboy outfit. So
give him a little couple cap guns. What else? I've been coming up here quite a bit, or at least more recently, just due to jumping on the motorcycle.
Yeah, and we've got B-roll of that too that you'll see. I mean, just the views on the way up and down.
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
as far as elevation, I think we're right under 7,000.
Yeah.
Right to the summit, it was like 6,800. So it's up here quite a bit. And So the hot August nights are street vibrations.
Yeah, so event-wise, you've got street vibrations. So you've also got the Rocky Mountain Oyster Fest up here. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
More power to you.
It is not. It's not a real oyster for those of you that know. No, it isn't.
You ever had one?
I have not. I can't bring myself to do it.
Have you?
I have not. No. It is it's a bull testicle is what it is.
They're not small.
No.
No.
And they have that festival every year. People from all over northern Nevada.
Yeah. It's a destination.
Come and hang out, and they come to that every year.
To eat bull testicles. I personally have never had it. I have a weak stomach. I don't know if I can do it.
Joe doesn't like taffy. I found that out today. I
don't like taffy either.
I don't know what it is, but we went into a candy store that was 85% taffy, and somehow Joe got more candy than me without actually getting any taffy. So
I'll say I bought it for Miles, even though we're not giving him candy.
Yeah.
But also for the kids, I wouldn't do this either. But the what am I trying to think of here?
I have no idea, Joe.
We'll just go past that. The cemetery. Sorry.
Oh, the cemetery. Well, that's another one. So actually, growing up in Carson, we used to come up here on a field trip every couple of years. I don't think they're still doing it now. What I had done, but we went on a scavenger hunt through the cemetery because there are some famous people that are buried there, right? Famous, for this area, if you will. But some of our challenges were like find the oldest headstone that you could find and stuff like that.
Well, they would still do don't they do cemetery tours?
They do tours. They do ghost tours up here as well.
Yeah.
I've had friends that for a birthday party and stuff like that come up for a day, had a house, and basically just partied up here. Did some ghost tours and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you can still do the mining tours as well.
Yeah, and that's one of my personal favorites is you actually get to go in an old. Obviously, it's not abandoned because it's not functional, but it's not abandoned. You're not feel like it's dangerous, but you put the hard hat on and go in there, and they've got everything all wood framed out, right? And you just get a little history lesson on basically how crazy it really was. I mean, they were pulling some years $300 million worth of silver, and that was in 1875.
That's crazy.
$300 million worth of silver.
That's wild.
Basically,
they depleted our silver up
we
here.
were sitting on hundreds of billions of dollars in today's
that's wild
money. So
as far as adult friendly stuff, again, street vibrations, if you're own a bike, I would highly recommend it. It's a ton of fun. There's bikes everywhere.
And you touched on that a little bit. That's almost every weekend. That's not just street vibrations, right?
Definitely.
On any given weekend, you're going to see a good number of motorcycles up here. And people just enjoying the boardwalk, basically.
And that's the ride is fantastic, right? You go from Reno to Carson, come up the back way, and then down Geiger grade. It's a fun one. You'll see right coming. So that's a blast. And then, like Ryan just said, we've had friends celebrate birthdays up here, so kind of doing the bar hopping thing, getting a house up here. One of our good friends is getting married here next month, and so we're planning on doing that and having a good time there as well.
Yeah, just overall a cool spot with a bunch of stuff to do. It's great for
Lots
a day
of history.
Trip, great for a weekend. Mark Twain, that was another one.
Oh yeah.
Joe's asking me facts. Everything comes back from when I was growing up. Mark Twain. He was here for like 3 years. He was writing for the newspaper and lived in between Carson City and up here. So
claim to fame right there.
Just a ton of old history, and it's fun to just go back and sort of time really and just hang out, and walk the streets.
For sure, because we do real estate. Property-wise, a lot of homes are going to have a little bit more acreage, or at least an acre. They're going to be old, some remodeled, some not.
And the likelihood of finding one up here is pretty few and far between. And if you do find one, it's definitely, a higher percentage chance that it's going to be a fixer-upper, right?
Definitely.
So,
and then, again, as far as the eye can see, there's BLM land galore. So you'll have a lot of people on their side-by-sides that drive up here that are street legal, but you just see dirt road after dirt road that you could get lost and have so much fun up here. And so they also have a huge dirt bike race as well. I think that's coming up here just next week or 2 weeks.
It's like going into old America, people who like that Route 66 sort of vibe. Obviously not quite that, but just that old-timey feel. I think we touched on another video previously. There is a train that you can take up from basically just right in between Carson and Dayton, and that train comes all the way up this hill. And so,
sweet.
I mean, as far as a day trip, if you're trying to like get the full experience, getting on an old locomotive, sitting in an old train car, coming up the hill the way they used to back in the day, and getting dropped off on the street, and you're like, you're right in it. So there you go.
Look at that for timing.
That might just be that's our cue. Look at that. The old church bell's still going off.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I think we covered it though.
Yeah, just in general, wanted to keep this video kind of short and simple, but you know, we do get so many questions, especially when people are coming out to visit. Just if you've never been to the Reno Sparks area, you're considering the move, and you're like, well, you know, we know about Tahoe, we know Reno, and you've got some casinos and the Truckee River. Yeah. What else is there to do? This is something we're always like, go check out Virginia City for an afternoon.
It's night and day different. They've got some restaurants, right? Some cool pub food.
Yeah.
That it's a good time.
Hey, we might have some B-roll of Joe and I grabbing a beer at the old Bucket of Blood Saloon right now. So
yeah, that's exactly what we're doing right now. Until the next video, guys.
Thanks.
See you then.